Hi, my name is Hayley Quinn and I'm here to enlighten you to the awesome way to real love, the only dating methodology that is going to help you to feel more powerful, sexy and confident in your relationships with men. In this video, I want to talk to you about texts that you can send guys to make them more attracted to you. And here's the thing with this, again, there's lots of videos like this on the internet and I kind of put a funny spoof title on the videos because I need to get you to listen to the real advice here that's actually going to help you out. There is no text message on planet Earth, there's no 140 characters of written word that are going to change profoundly how someone thinks and feels about you. And in fact, by believing that they can, you're in a trap. And you're in a trap that's so bad that you might not realize you're doing it, but you are disempowering yourself, you're sending the wrong message out to him, and in fact, the whole relationship might fall to pieces. But it doesn't need to happen. What you're thinking and doing here, I understand that in those first few dates or months or weeks of knowing a person, before you feel secure with one another and you've worked out what the dynamic of the relationship is, you can feel a bit like, oh, how do I make this person attracted to me? How do I know if they like me or not? These are kind of natural human-y feelings. It's normal. Now, you might also have left a date thinking, oh, I shouldn't have probably said that thing to him. Maybe I was a bit too open. I hope I haven't scared him off. What message can I send to fix this? Or he sent me a message. What message can I say that's like a really flirty reply that's going to drive him wild? And again, with all this, through how you're viewing this, this is going to stop you from driving him wild. Because what now is you're doing is you're not actually being real to yourself and authentic. Instead, you're trying to perform for him. And the funny thing is, whenever we perform for other people and we try and project a certain image of ourselves, people see almost very transparently that we're performing. That in fact, we don't really feel sexy when we're sending that message. We're just trying to say something that's kind of clever or flirty. And that disingenuousness, that lack of self-esteem is what shines through. And that's actually what makes people lose attraction towards you instead of gaining it. So immediately, if you're kind of trying to be too clever and artful in how you message someone, you waste loads of your time because you're sat there for ages like writing the message out or the WhatsApp and then deleting it and then asking 6 friends about what's the right thing to do. You're overthinking it, and when you overthink, you become too emotionally invested, involved in the response, and the response, what you actually write, becomes so far away from who you are, it's not a good representative of you. And even if he looks at that message and does think it's fun and playful, it's not you. It's not you in that message. And you know what? In a relationship, he needs to fall for you. He needs to be down with what you are and what you're about. So what I want you to do with your messages is just this. I want you to write what your first instinctual reaction is. Then I want you to leave it an hour, reread it, and then send. The only reason I ask you to do this is because we all know, like, if you type in a hurry, sometimes you kind of express yourself, but it doesn't come out, kind of like what you were really thinking and feeling. I always do this when I'm like tweeting. It will come out like completely not exactly, it'll be a bit jumbled. So just give yourself an hour to just chill, edit it, think about it, put it to one side, put aeroplane mode on, then re-look at it and go, actually, have I done a good job of representing myself? If so, if it's true and honest to you, send it. Another great technique to help you with this is also, and I'm a huge fan of this, is to go for extended periods of time where your phone is not in your hands. Having our phones constantly in our hands, thinking about like, oh, is he going to message? Has he rung? Have I got 2 blue ticks on WhatsApp? That would drive the most sane person insane. In order to avoid entering into this whole cycle, what I need you to do is I actually need you to put that phone onto airplane mode and to practice some mindfulness. So if you're working on a task at work, if you're with a friend, if you're at the gym, keep your phone away. Be focused on the activity that you're doing at the present moment. That will mean that you're not texting him all the time, just quite organically. And also you stop becoming so reliant on needing the approval of whether he's read and responded to you in the way that you want. And when you step back from performing for him and you step up to actually just communicating where you're at clearly and authentically, and giving yourself permission to say what you want and becoming less attached to his response and less attached to your phone, you're gonna start to quite naturally behave in a way that's far more attractive. So instead of thinking, how do I become more attractive to him via message, think actually, when you're away from him, the best thing you can do is to focus on yourself, send some clear communication, and then you build that attraction when you see each other in real life or when you're speaking on the phone. Go for a more human and personal form of communication. In doing this, and by stepping outside of this performance model about dating, you're going to do a ton more to become that awesome, sexy, self-respecting women that everyone in your life, male and female, is going to become naturally way more drawn to. So if you believe actually that there's a better way to go about dating, if there's a way to go about dating and texting guys that actually says yes to what you're thinking and feeling and no to a need to jump through any hoops for him, I need you to go to hayleyquinn.com/real love, where I've got another 5 videos like this one, but with even more detailed advice, telling you about how you can flip the script and approach love completely differently to get wildly different and surprisingly more awesome results. So head to hayleyquinn.com/real love and say yes to love being more about you than it is about him.